Hello everybody, Peter Smith here again. I've got a very special guest with me today. We're still at New Prestwick Baptist Church just after the morning service. It's Johnathon Parkinson. He preached here this morning, did a great sermon on John 4 on the woman at the well, Samaria. It was great. Would you like to just introduce yourself a little bit, Jonathan?
Thank you, Peter. Yes, I am Johnathon Parkinson, so CEO now of Caring for Life. Christian ministry based in Leeds, helping vulnerable adults.
That's in England.
In England,
okay.
Yeah.
This is international.
Okay. And then also a pastor of a church called Grace Community Church in Leeds as well, which I founded along with a number of others about 9 years ago.
All right. Now, you didn't just, you're not the first generation here, are you, in Caring for Life? This is a hint.
That's right. No, Caring for Life is 31 years old now.
Yeah.
And it was my father, who was a Baptist minister in Leeds, as well as a lady called Esther Smith, who worked for Leeds Social Services, running a small group children's home. The need to provide support for homeless individuals, vulnerable adults, occurred within the church, and the challenge was set really, are we going to do something to meet this need? And that's how it started. It was really the Lord putting that situation in our way.
And you had a little farm.
Yes.
So I come from a big farm in Australia, so they're all little farms in England, you know, that's the little farms. But anyway.
No, we moved to a real old ramshackle old farm in 1980. And we first started breeding pigs to enable us to live there. So Dad was working full-time for church as well as running this farm because they couldn't pay for his salary. And that has become the headquarters for Caring for Life. He gave the farm to CFL when we started, and we've developed it from then. So now we have about 15, 16 different projects that we run.
Yeah, it's a beautiful farm. I've been there. Lovely glass house, beautiful cafeteria, lots of great things going on there.
Yes, lots of different projects.
Very vulnerable people, I believe, you work with.
Real cross section of people. A number of people who have suffered abuse. Different forms of abuse. Some have got mental health issues. Many have got learning disabilities on different levels. But then there are other folks who have come to us just for a short while. We had a university lecturer who was with us for a few months who suffered a breakdown. So we do cater for, we support people from all different capacities, all different
Up to the bottom.
That's right.
Hallelujah. That's great. That's great. Now, I believe you've got a nice patron.
All right, the Countess
and
of Wessex.
My wife's going to be meeting her shortly.
Right.
She was very chuffed, my wife. She said the other day, I'm going to meet the Countess of Wessex.
Yeah.
Oh, great.
Yeah, no, she's a lovely lady.
Yeah, she's been a great supporter, hasn't she?
She's a good friend. Yeah, she's a good friend. She's a real blessing to us. And I think we are to her, very much so to her.
Yes. You never know what might rub off, do you?
Well, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, we're called as a ministry to support, in society's terms, not in the Lord's terms, the lowliest. I think they're princes and princesses. They're top of the pile.
Yeah, but
so we've had this opportunity to rub shoulders with people from a very different walk of life. So we witness in any situation. Yeah.
You're not prejudiced, are you? You're happy to work with that.
Absolutely.
See, my wife reckons Prince Charles does a great job here at Dumfries House.
Okay.
It's not the same ministry, but it's similar in some ways. He's helping lots of people there.
Right.
And it's amazing the different sorts of people who will help out.
Yeah.
You just never know.
You don't.
And I see you've got interns now too. I just interviewed one.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
We had that from day one. We call it the Time for Jesus scheme. It's a gap year.
Gap year.
So anybody from, it was 21 upwards. Now we'll take people from 18-year-olds upwards. And they'll just spend a year with us and serve in any way that we need them to do, really.
Put them to work.
Good
for them. Put them to work. I grew up on a farm. I could milk a cow when I was 7. I know what it's like to have to work. It's good for you.
Yeah.
It's good.
And of course, a number of those folks have stayed on and become employees over the years. You know, the real good guys. So it's a good year. It's a good year. It opens people's eyes to ministry. Ministering in a different way.
Yeah. And see, with this group I'm helping with here, Community Gift Exchange, you have a chance to sit down and chat with people, and all sorts of things come up when you're doing something with someone and you have a chat, and it always gets around to the Lord or something. That there's always some spiritual aspect in it.
Yeah. Well, for us, I suppose we feel because of what the Lord has done for us, And the scripture speaks so clearly of this. How can we not do something for somebody who's in need?
Yeah.
Now, it's a means to an end. We do want people to come to meet Christ.
Oh, of course, yes.
But
yes.
we will care for and support anybody, whether they do or whether they don't.
Yes.
You
have to do it. You have to.
Our prayer is for their souls.
We have to be indiscriminate. And of course, the gospel's open to everybody, whosoever may. We don't know who will respond, who the Lord will touch. I mean, there's... How would you describe caring for life? Just in a sentence or two. How would you summarise it? Summaries are often good.
That's really difficult.
I know.
That could be around. I think an expression of the love that has been poured out upon us.
Yes.
Handing it on.
It's a reciprocal thing.
And I think we're glorifying Christ.
You've experienced the love of Christ.
Yeah.
And that is what constrains you to share the love of Christ with people.
Yeah.
That's the motivation.
Psalm 41 verse 1, I think, is a wonderful verse. Blessed are those who consider the poor. They'll be delivered in times of trouble. Yeah. And I remember heard somebody speaking about this. It said, why do we care for the poor? Number one, from that psalm, we're commanded to care for the poor.
Yes.
Number two, it's crucial for our lives. We receive a blessing. No, we don't do it for that purpose, but we do. But it was also compelling to the lost.
That's a bonus, that blessing you get from that.
Yeah.
You see, I believe everyone's made in the image and likeness of God from conception. That's because I'm a pro-lifer. And we're also made in the image of God. That's why we're precious and special.
Yeah.
You know, even though we're fallen and sinful.
Yeah.
But we're the only godlike creatures in the world. Nothing else is made in the image and likeness of God, just human beings.
Yeah.
Not that we should be indifferent to how we care for the planet.
No.
We should tend it like a garden, as the Lord said, and look after it.
That's right.
And treasure it too, but that's not made in the image of God.
Well, we have some marvellous gardens.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We have, one of our projects is an agricultural project, and our conservation area is called, it's under the tap, caring creation. So it is the Lord's creation. We're here to nurture it and care for it, but it is to point to the one who has created it.
Yes.
Every opportunity can be used to declare the goodness of God.
Okay, now what is your website if anyone wants to have a look at what you do?
I wish you hadn't asked me that. I think it's something like www.caringforlife.
Caring for Life.
Is it
Life.co.uk? That sounds like it.
Now,
Caring for Life. Look up Caring for Life, and if you get somewhere in Leeds, that'll get you there.
Right.
You'll find it.
You'll find us.
That's lovely. Thanks very much, Jonathan.
Thank you.
God bless you. God bless you.